Our songs tell our message. We sing a song called Second Chance.
There's an opportunity for us to take the second chance and to move on from where we might have made a mistake and move on to something that's more positive.
So we let the lyric of the song say our hard stuff, actually. We often intersperse the music with short snippets.
When he's hanging up on the cross, there's one on one side, one on the other. One says to him, "You say you're the Son of God, why don't you just say it?"
We'll get different guys in the band to have about a 2-minute little chat. It might be on a particular subject, or it might be just relating something that's happened in their lives.
That's what we've found in our lives as we've grown older.
And all we're doing is being used as a part of an overall plan that God has to reach people in some of the darkest places in society.
We're seed planters, and I would say, if you wanted to put a term to us, we could be called a bunch of old nudgers. So when we go into prison, we don't go in and say, "You guys, you're scumbags, you've done wrong things against people." We go in and say, "God came to rescue you and give to you what he's given to us."
We would say to guys, there's another way. This doesn't have to be your future. Just gently. I don't think we need to dump on these guys. You know, they've got enough of that.
We come and visit them, and we do this because we care about them. And there are other people out there that care about them.
When they can see that people do care, they can be receptive to the God who puts the care into people.
Time in ministry when you can really sense that God is working, there's some of the most biggest blessings that you can ever have in ministry.
They all just sit there like this with arms folded for a start, and then you see a few of the feet tapping, and then occasionally they'll smile, and we make a few jokes and so forth.
It really only takes 1 or 2 songs and they're with us then. Yeah, they're clapping and they're with us and we've won them over.
You really don't know what to expect. You know, you think, oh, is there going to be a riot, or are they going to attack us or anything?
You know, we sing a very gentle song by the Eagles called "You Are Not Alone." And in the lyric of that, it just helps them to, well, I believe, it helps them to see that there is a higher power. There is somebody in that cell with them.
Say goodbye to all your pain and sorrow. Say goodbye to all those lonely nights.
As we're playing, oftentimes we'll see guys sitting there with their head in their hands, guys crying. In the women's prison, there were a couple of songs we did where there were women just with tears streaming down their faces. That's when you know God is operating.
I know sometimes you feel so helpless. Sometimes you feel like you can't win.
I saw a lady there, and she was looking directly at us. And as we were playing, although she would not look either side so that her friends would see, the tears were bucketing down her face.
You are not alone. You're not alone.
So I've met bank managers, I've met murderers. They might be there for a fraud. They might be there for a series of offences that some of us would claim are very minor. They've made choices in their lives, and often the wrong choices at the wrong times.
You can talk all about Christianity and its beliefs, but what people are convinced by is if Christians care.
Never thought I'd find the road to freedom. Never thought I'd see you smile again.
I met a friend of mine in Woodford Prison who I'd known at another time previously, who was a drug addict. He's doing a life sentence for a double murder, and we saw each other and just ran up to each other and hugged and cried and hugged. He's just a lovely guy who now is a Christian that's on fire for God. He's doing an amazing work with a cell group, if you'll excuse the expression. God's working amazing things through him inside that Woodford high security prison.
There was this enormous guy. He must have been 6'20", I should think, and he was just staring like that, not an emotion on his face for the whole gig. And then at the end, he just got up and then walked towards me, and I'm thinking, and he just came up to me and said, "Hey, that was really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Great." And then walked away, and you're kind of like, "Oh."
That's the really satisfying part, when they actually come up and genuinely want to shake your hand, and for me, that's great.
That response is what we find. These guys incredibly thankful that we've made the effort to get inside to see them.
We found that they were just so happy that we were there, that someone had thought of them from the outside.
I had a guy yesterday at Maryborough Prison came up and said, "Which one of you guys rides?" And I said, "I do." He said, "What do you ride?" And so we had about a 5-minute conversation about motorbikes, and it was just a connection.
We don't get very much time with them, actually, maybe 15 minutes after we play our last song.
I think the guys appreciate it.
Successful, I felt. They seem to enjoy it.
I'm on a bit of a high too. Looking forward to the next one. This is live music. When you have live music, you make mistakes. People make mistakes.
Everyone gets a second chance.
Everyone gets a second chance.
We've got a second concert.
And we got, that's to be our second chance, Don.
There's a school of thought out there that, why do these guys need to be entertained? You know, you guys are too good to be going into prison. These scumbags, or whatever they might call them, you know.
What we do try to show is that there is a better life, there is a second chance, and that God in Jesus has rescued us, and we encourage the prisoners to talk with their chaplains.
The chaplains that go into the prisons are the ones that God can then use to follow up with these guys.
Yeah, no, we're not just a band that plays in prisons. We're really open to play anywhere, basically. And we've done concerts for the Gold Coast City Council when they helped them open up a new park on the Broadwater.
We've just played at Easter Fest, which is a wonderful Christian festival, a great experience.